Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ikea. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. You are definitely a real one. So I've been doing a little bit of perfume shopping over these last few months, and I have a pretty good collection, and I wanted to share a haul with you all of some fragrances that I have purchased over the few months. So if you're interested in checking out some of my latest fragrances that I've added to my collection, then keep on watching. And before we get started, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, of course. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and do not forget to click on that notification bell so you do not miss out on a single video. All right, y'all, so we're just going to get right into it. I have just been going ham lately, purchasing a few different fragrances. And the first one that I want to share with you all, I actually did a review on this one in my previous video, so I'll link it for you if you're interested. But this is from BDK, and this is their latest release. This is the Gris Charnel Extrait. Now, I'm a huge fan of Gris Charnel. It is my favorite fragrance from BDK, and I was so excited when the Extrait came out because I just knew I had to try it out. This is a beautiful black tea fragrance, but it's also really woody in comparison to the original. The original to me is more aquatic. It's even a little bit more fresh, but this one is very woody. It's absolutely beautiful. It becomes a little sweet as well. There's some fig in here, some vanilla, and there's also patchouli. I really enjoy this fragrance though. I've been wearing it quite a bit. I actually like to wear this at night. I feel like this is a great nighttime scent. And then I'll typically wear Gris Charnel, the original, during the daytime, but I really do like this Extrait version. So if you're interested in checking this one out, I would definitely link my review on it. All right, y'all. So next we have a new cologne that was launched from the House of Sillage. And the House of Sillage has been doing their thing, y'all. They have been coming out with quite a few fragrances, even in this year. So I actually previewed the Batman Hero Perfume, and this is actually the fragrance for men. Honestly, though, I feel like fragrance is unisex. It doesn't really matter who wears it, but that is how this is marketed. This is a warm, spicy amber fragrance. There's amber in here, some patchouli. There's also a little bit of vetiver in here, a little bit of jasmine. I actually think this smells really good, and I've been wearing it at nighttime. It's very sensual, it's very sexy, and again, it's very, very spicy. If you are interested in checking this one out, I would definitely say that it does lean more masculine as it is marketed that way. But if you like unisex scents that even lean a little bit more masculine, I would recommend this. I still enjoy the Batman Hero Perfume a little bit more than this one, but I like them. I like to layer them together, and I actually like both of them. They both smell really, really good. So if you are interested in checking out the new male fragrance from House of Sillage, then I would definitely recommend this one as well. And this one is the Batman Vengeance. All right, y'all. So I just mentioned that House of Sillage has been doing their thing and have been coming out with quite a few launches. This is also a brand new launch from House of Sillage, and this is called Ruby Rain. Y'all, this is probably the prettiest perfume bottle that I own. It is absolutely stunning. The camera is not doing it justice. It has this gorgeous tiger on here. So this is created for the year of the tiger, and y'all, it's absolutely beautiful. So I believe that this was just repackaged from their Emerald Rain fragrance, but it smells so good. There's oud in here, there's some suede, there's some cardamom in here, as well as a little bit of vanilla. They typically have vanilla in the base of most of their fragrances, but this one is just absolutely beautiful. Now, I will say that if you're not an oud and a suede lover, then this probably won't be for you because it's pretty heavy on the oud and the suede. It's very deep and it's very, very sensual. I feel like this is like a grown person kind of fragrance, but I actually really do enjoy this a lot. If you have Emerald Rain, then I probably wouldn't recommend getting this one just because I do think that the notes are pretty similar. If not, they're actually exactly the same. But this is a really beautiful fragrance, and the packaging alone is just so stunning, and I cannot get enough of it. I've actually already received compliments on this one as well, so that is a good sign. But this is Ruby Rain from House of Sillage. So this next fragrance that I have added to my collection is from Killian, and this is Love Don't Be Shy, the special blend. Y'all, I have been wanting to get this fragrance for so long, and I just missed out on the launch back in 2020, and I think he also actually had a launch of the special blend in 2019 as well, and I totally missed it. So I was so excited that he relaunched it this year. So if you're not familiar with the Love Don't Be Shy special blend, it actually contains rose and oud, and this one actually has neroli in here as well. And I will definitely say that this smells nothing like Love Don't Be Shy. Okay, it doesn't smell like the original at all. It actually doesn't even have the same DNA to me, which I actually enjoy. Now, I love Love Don't Be Shy, and I actually have a review on it, and I'll link it for you if you're interested in checking that out. I love Love Don't Be Shy. It's a beautiful gourmand, but I don't reach for it as often as I used to. I am really more into like florals and woody oud fragrances, so this is right up my alley. Now, to me, this kind of is similar to Oud Isfahan from Dior. It's got that rose and oud combination that I really enjoy, but this is absolutely beautiful. If y'all want me to do a full review on this fragrance, I definitely will. Just comment down below and let me know if you want like a full in-depth review. But I really do like this. It is definitely limited edition, so if you can get your hands on it, I'm not sure if it's still in stock, but if you can get your hands on it, I would definitely recommend doing so because it's so good. I prefer this one over the original, but again, I will do an in-depth review if you're interested in checking it out. So I recently went on vacation. I went to Paris, and I, of course, did a little shopping, and I just felt like I could not leave Paris without getting a fragrance because, come on now, Paris in France, they're like the home of beautiful fragrances. So I wanted to get something that reminded me of my trip. And while I was there, I picked up this fragrance on Champs-Élysées. This is a brand called Al Jazeera. I believe they're only in France, but they're actually created in Dubai. But this fragrance is absolutely beautiful. I initially walked into this fragrance house and I just gravitated towards this immediately. So this is a beautiful creamy rose fragrance. There's vanilla in here, there's some sandalwood, and then there's also rose. Y'all, I am so in love with this fragrance. If I had to compare it to anything, I would say that it reminds me of Jasmine Wisp from Rasasi, which is also like a Middle Eastern fragrance brand as well. But I love this so much. It's so feminine, and the rose in here is so creamy, and the sandalwood, it's not like super screechy, super animalic. It's again very creamy. I just cannot get enough of this fragrance. I've been like wearing it like crazy, and I'm trying to tell myself to calm down because I can't really repurchase it. They do have a website, so I will link the website in case you're interested, but this is actually only sold in France. And now every time I sniff it, it just reminds me of Paris. It reminds me of shopping and going into the perfumery and trying out all of those fragrances. So yeah, I am a huge fan of this fragrance, and I'm so happy that I added it to my collection. Another fragrance that I ended up picking up when I was on my trip in Paris is from Hermes. I was just perusing through Hermes, and I was actually kind of looking or kind of sniffing around at their Twilly fragrances because I actually have never smelled them before prior to going to Hermes, and they were really nice. There is actually one that I want to get, but I also was looking at some of their exclusive fragrances, ones that are only available in their Hermes boutiques, and I actually came across this one. This is actually an EDT, but it is called Vetiver Tonka, and honestly, that's exactly what you get in this fragrance. It's very linear. It smells just like vetiver in Tonka. It's absolutely beautiful though. If you're not a fan of vetiver, then I probably wouldn't recommend this because that's mainly what you get in this fragrance. But there's vetiver in here, there's some tonka bean, there's also a little bit of praline, a tad bit of tobacco in here. There's even some vanilla and some caramel. This is a really beautiful fragrance. Now in the opening, it's really smoky and even a little woody, but once it dries down, it becomes softer, sits more closer to the skin, and it also becomes a little bit more sweet where the tonka bean kind of plays in along with that praline and the caramel. But in that opening, that vetiver definitely shines and it is pretty smoky. I absolutely love this fragrance though. I'm a huge fan of vetiver, so I don't mind the smokiness. I just really like this, but it is a unisex fragrance, and I would definitely recommend this for anybody who loves vetiver. But again, this one is exclusively sold at Hermes, so you can't find it at Sephora or any of the department stores, but you can find it on the Hermes website or in the boutiques. Again, this one is called Vetiver Tonka. So the next fragrance that I've added to my collection is from Indulge, and this is Tihota. This is a pretty also straightforward linear vanilla fragrance. It's just vanilla and musk in this fragrance. And if I'm being quite honest, it's not the most complex or the most unique vanilla scent. It smells really beautiful, but I actually blind bought this, and it's one of those fragrances where I'm like, do I really need this in my collection? I don't know, because it doesn't give me similar vibes to like Vanilla 28 or even like Philosophy's Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere, or even like, I don't know, Billie Eilish's fragrance where it's like heavy on the vanilla. This is just a really soft vanilla and musky fragrance. It kind of reminds me of Bare Vanilla from Bath and Body Works. So if you like that fragrance, then I would say or recommend checking this one out. It's softer though. It's not really loud. It's not like super syrupy or jammy. It's one of those fragrances where if I keep it, I'll probably just layer it or wear this as like a night, like a bedtime scent, something to wear to bed. But it's not my favorite, if I'm being quite honest. I also work from home, so this would probably be a good fragrance to wear as I'm like working at home and I don't want anything like super loud. But will I repurchase this fragrance? Probably not. I'm just not a huge fan of it. It's just not the most unique vanilla. And I absolutely love vanilla fragrances. I love gourmands. And it's just, you know, it's just okay. I like it, but I don't love it. So this next fragrance is so beautiful, y'all. This is from Noble 1942, and this is La Danza y'all, I can't pronounce it, okay? I'm not trying to butcher this name. I will link it down below for you because it's a long name. But this is a beautiful fragrance. This is a beautiful apple fragrance, okay? This reminds me of Kayali Eden Juicy Apple, and it seems to me as if like Kayali Juicy Apple and Killian's Angel Share had a baby. That's what this fragrance is to me. It's like this beautiful apple cinnamon fragrance. It reminds me of an apple pie, but it's really juicy as well. So you can definitely get away with wearing this one in the spring and summer. But there's a beautiful red apple note in here. There's cinnamon. There's some cedar in here, vanilla. There's musk. If you like gourmands, I think you would definitely enjoy this one, especially if you like gourmands that are fruity and have a beautiful apple note. Again, it just reminds me of Eden Juicy Apple and Angel Share just mixed together and they had a beautiful baby. Oh my gosh. This fragrance is just so good. So again, this one is from Noble 1942. The packaging is so stunning and I really like this one. I feel like I'm really going to be drenching myself in this fragrance, especially as the weather is very much warm now. I feel like I'm really going to be wearing this a lot, but it smells absolutely beautiful. So again, if you like apple fragrances that are fruity, but also have like a little bit of warmth to them and some cinnamon, just a little tad of spice, then I would definitely recommend this one. So the last fragrance that I have in my haul is actually from Maison Margiela's replica line, and this is Matcha Meditation. Now, I actually want to shout out to you all, especially my followers on Instagram, because you all are the ones who recommended this fragrance. I asked y'all what y'all were wearing one day, and it was like 5 or 6 people saying that they were wearing this fragrance. So I looked on Sephora. They actually didn't have it at Sephora. They actually only had it at Nordstrom, but it happened to be on sale. So I was like, you know what? Let me just get a little travel size in case I don't like it. But this is actually a really beautiful fragrance. It's actually a white floral. So there's jasmine in here. There is orange blossom. There's some bergamot in here, a little bit of orange. There's also green tea. There's some white chocolate and cedar. Now, the name is Matcha Meditation, so I thought there was going to be like a matcha note in here. And interestingly enough, there's not a matcha note in here, but it actually does smell like matcha in the opening. I'm thinking it's because of the white chocolate. For some reason, it's giving me matcha. And like I said, in the opening, this does smell like matcha, but it quickly dries down to become a white floral. The jasmine and the orange blossom are very prominent in this fragrance, as well as the bergamot. I would say that this is just an okay fragrance though to me. For me, I feel like there's a ton of white floral fragrances I have in my collection that I absolutely love. And if this would have just remained a matcha fragrance, maybe throughout the entire life of the fragrance, I probably would enjoy it a little bit more. But that matcha quickly, or even the white chocolate, it quickly dries down and the white floral notes become more prominent. And that's where it just kind of becomes an okay fragrance to me. I don't know if I'll be purchasing a full-size bottle of this one just yet. I'm going to use up the travel size first because to me it's just not the most unique fragrance. It does smell really good though, so we'll see. I'm going to play around with it a little bit more. But yeah, this is a fragrance that I have added to my collection. It's from Replicas, or Maison Margiela's replica line, and this one is Matcha Meditation. All right, y'all. So those were all of the fragrances that I have recently added to my collection. Comment down below if you've been doing any fragrance shopping. Let me know which fragrances you've recently added, or even fragrances that you have on your wish list. Y'all know I'm nosy, but I also am just curious what you're interested in as well. I thank y'all so much for watching this video. As always, be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, of course. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to check me out on my other social media handles. My Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter will be linked down below in the description box for you, along with all of the fragrances that I mentioned in this video. I thank y'all again for watching this video. I hope you have a great one, and I will talk to you later. Bye!